Okay, I'm going to call the Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026 regular session of council order at 6 p.m. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Moran. Mr. Dunman.
Here.
Ms. Gersh. Mrs. Guerrero. Here. Mr. Kirkowski.
Here. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah.
Okay, moving to good and welfare. We have a guest here tonight and he's mad at me because I asked him to attend. Mr. Edelberg is here this evening and I want to talk a little bit about Bill. Can I call you Bill? And it really his service that he's done for Newburgh Heights. It's been tireless. It's been charitable. It's been woefully underpaid, Bill. I can tell you that. And from where we come from, and the reason that I'm sharing this is for those that don't know and those watching in the public. Bill is retiring. He got tired of working for me. He said I was a tyrant as a boss and that he no longer wanted to do the job anymore. In all seriousness, I think that Bill has just hit the point in his life where he's decided that he's going to pass the torch to the next generation of folks in the village to lead the recreation program. But with that, I am going to ask Bill, where's the microphone if we have it? It was over here floating around. Okay, it is. I'm going to ask Bill to join me at the podium. Does work. Okay. So Bill, if you don't mind, we join me over here and we'll face the public. So council has prepared a resolution honoring you and the service that you provided for the village. So I'm gonna read that, and then I hope that they vote to approve it. Bill he's on the edge, but hopefully we've convinced him. This is a resolution expressing gratitude to William Bill Edelberg for his years of service at the village as the village's recreation director. Whereas William Edelberg has served the residents of the village of Newburgh Heights as the recreation director for 3 decades, and whereas William Edelberg has supported several generations of youth and families in the village of Newburgh Heights, and whereas William Edelberg has proven to be an exceptional coach, mentor, referee, and community presence, and whereas William Edelberg has spent years coaching t-ball, baseball, softball, basketball, flag football, and soccer, which he objected to. And whereas he has organized award ceremonies, participated in countless Memorial Day parades with the village's teams, held bicycle decorating contests, supported council members with events, and has left a lasting impression on the children of the Newburgh Heights community. And whereas council acknowledges that William Bill Edelberg went over and above the call of duty in his efforts to create an inclusive sports and recreation program and on behalf of the village's residents. Thank you, Bill. You don't get to go anywhere though.
think Amanda.
Try to get this without crying. American basketball player John Wooden once said, "A good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life." Good evening, everyone. If you look around this room, you'll see people of different ages, from different walks of life, and with different levels of athletic talent. But every single one of us is here for the same reason: celebrate someone who didn't just teach us how to game, but showed us how to live. Bill, as you officially hang up the whistle tonight, we wanted to look you in the eye and say two words that coaches don't hear often enough. Thank you. When people take a look at a coach's career, they usually look at the scoreboard. They count the wins, the losses, the championships, and the trophies. But your true legacy isn't sitting in a trophy case. Your legacy is sitting right here in these chairs. It's in hundreds of youth who have lives you've completely transformed. Youth sports can be tough. It's a time when kids are figuring out who they are, dealing with pressure, and learning how to handle failure. You understood that perfectly. You didn't just coach the athlete, you coached the person. You looked at an insecure kid and saw a future leader. You took the kid who rode the bench and made them feel just as valuable as the star player. You taught us that mistakes are just data and that giving up is never an option. I've been doing this for, gosh, I don't even know how many years now. Think about that. The lessons you drilled into us about discipline, teamwork, accountability, and resilience are things we now carry into our jobs, our marriages, and how we raise our own children. You didn't just impact one generation, you started a ripple effect that will carry on for decades. You taught us how to win with humility, how to lose with grace, and how to always pick ourselves back up. That's the ultimate championship ring, in my opinion. You have made sure the sports programs here in the village have carried on all these years, even when numbers were low, coaches were few, far, and in between, and teams were small. You fought, you encouraged, you worked hard, and you made it all happen. Anyone see what the common theme in all that is? You. It would not have been possible without you, and for that, so many thank you. Coach, you have given your heart, your weekends, your weekdays, your vocal cords, and your endless energy to this community. You have run your race, and you have run it beautifully. Now it's finally time for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the retirement you have so deeply earned. Please join me in raising a glass or a whistle to a mentor, a leader, a change maker, and an absolute legend. To Coach Edel, thank you for everything. We love you, and we wish you the absolute best. From the best softball player to ever come out of Newburgh. As you so much tell my children and my family. I do have one more message because my sister could not be here, and this is from her. Hi, my name is Allison, and I just wanted to say a couple words about the one and only Mr. Edelberg. I'm sorry I can't be there tonight, but I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you for all that you have done for not only myself, but the other countless number of children you had led along the way. Mr. Edelberg was monumental in my childhood sports career. He taught me to play hard and guided me to become coachable, which has played a huge role in my now professional career. Most importantly, I will remember his kindness and the way he made all of us feel important. Still to this day, when I see him, he's always smiling with those very kind eyes and genuinely happy to see us. Thank you for all of your years of dedication to Newburgh Heights, but to all the children who have come through the recreation department. You have made a lasting impression on us, and even though I'm grown up now, I am still grateful to have had you in my story of life. Thank you and congratulations on your retirement. It is well deserved. Al Hirsch. All the way, just for you. You're welcome.
You don't get to sit down yet. We're not done with you yet. Council, can I have a motion?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to take a 15-minute.
No. Let's adopt it.
To adopt that first? Okay, let's do it. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to. Sorry. Pass resolution 26.25, rule suspended, and that resolution 26.25 be adopted, rule suspended by emergency.
And be passed for emergency reading.
Just
So moved.
moved and seconded. Clerk, you please call the roll, suspension of rules.
Mr. Moran.
Yes.
Mr. Gunman.
Yes.
Mr. Gersh.
Yes.
Mrs. Grayora.
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski.
Yes.
Please call the roll to adopt.
Mr. Moran.
Yes.
Mr. Gunman.
Yes.
Ms. Gersh.
Yes.
Mrs. Grayora.
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski.
Yes.
Resolution 26-25 is adopted. With that, I'm going to give a formal copy to Mr. Edelberg. Mr. Edelberg so that he has a, as a show of our appreciation, of the leadership of the village. And with that,
Mayor, I move that we take a 15-minute recess to celebrate Mr. Edelberg's retirement. If you would like to join us in the community room.
we are going to take a 15-minute recess. Please join us in the community room. Is there a second? Second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? We are now in recess.
Now, Will.
You come.
Steve, get some pictures of them.
Is there beer?
I don't know. So typical. Don't actually follow you around. They love-
Dedication about you. What are your thoughts on that? So it sounds like it's constantly like it's messed up, something going on. It's supposed to be a sensitive, somebody's got up, so that sensor might be bad. So I have that. Because I think it's designed so we pull up to that light, when you're pulling out the yard, pull up the light and then.
We hate the bill.
So you can what 40 seconds, like, no, it's the second you hit 40 seconds, that's not gonna change. Yeah, instant. Yes, and then say, or. Actually. This morning, I don't think I started that. Invited back in, so I started this day. Well, because of the flash, they moved the weekend, flash was their business. In the construction. I don't know. I guess it's. Well, it's, we can't say that. But they said the bill, we give a payment, just have to. It's, that sounds like a pretty good, this, yeah, and you know, I think the investigation is going to be. Position is on the student. But it's not gonna be fine for you, you only. Now there's Harvard. Yeah. All the cases, how you see them. See, you stay with them. Some of it, very slow. Very slowly. There you go, bud. Water bill?
Sorry?
Water.
No, I'm good, I got some tea, thank you. Good tea.
Yeah, you know, it's my go-go juice.
Yeah.
That and water, it's only two things I drink. I was talking to my sister today, she's 4 years older than I am. And, her diabetes is starting to bother her real bad, she's starting to lose her eyesight, so I think I'm gonna go down there and see her. Hopefully by the end of the month. But she's not taking the insulin shots yet, they got her on pills, but. They're pumping her up with, I don't know why, vitamin B12. Every week she's gotta get a shot for vitamin B12. I don't get that. She said it helps with the diabetes, so. Daughter can keep going, don't miss them.
It helps regenerate blood cells. So if for some reason they think that there's an anemic issue or anything with blood cells or blood cell count is low or anything like that. For any reason, like it's all getting ate up in infections or,
The whole thing is, there's no diabetes in our family. And when my mother got sick, when she went in that coma for 6 months.
Hmm.
My sister came down with diabetes.
it seems.
Never had it as a kid, no nothing, and then out of clear blue sky, boom, she's got diabetes.
I think some of their diagnostics for that are pretty shady.
I was just telling Hillary about this guy on Pierce. You've seen the mess he's got going on
Which one?
with the end loader out there where
Oh,
he tore
yeah,
that.
with the front yard.
Yeah, I told her all that's all that mud and rocks out there, and all that dust from people driving. It's just going in their houses. You need to tell him to clean that shit up. That's it's going to go in our sewer systems too.
Yeah, I wonder why, it's taking so long to clean up. You see the roof all that came out of there? It was in
Yeah.
their driveway in front of.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was big.
yeah, it was.
I'm surprised. I first saw the thing on Facebook about,
But you know, when he cut that tree in half, if we had one good storm, that would have came down on its own.
oh yeah, for sure.
I still got pictures of the one when the tornado came through here. Well, actually hit Parma, but we got the end deal of it. Here you go, you'll remember this one. I don't think you've ever seen this, Vince. That's when that tornado came through and hit
Oh,
Parma. Total, what was it, 3 cars?
Mhm.
3 cars, And it was, we had no power for like, I think it was 5 days. And it took them 2 weeks to clear this out. Two weeks to clear that out, cause it was up to the owner, cause it was on his property.
Yeah.
He was out there with a little chainsaw trying to cut it up.
Yeah.
I mean, a little
It's a lot of
chainsaw.
tree, man.
That's a lot of tree.
Yeah, you gotta hire someone.
I tell you what, if you had that professionally moved, that'd probably been 10, 15,000, every bit of it,
Sure.
every bit of it.
Which is crazy in and of itself.
Oh, yeah, it is. My son's father-in-law owns a tree service, Jim's Tree Service. That dude makes money hand over foot, man.
Mhm.
Plus, he works at Ford Motor Company as he's an electrician. But every time I see him, he's not working. I'm like, how do you do that, dude?
Electrician with a chainsaw.
Good. How's the band? What? How's the band? Good, good. We, been doing much, but not so, so we got a few.
Yeah, it's time. It's time
Yeah.
for the patio scene,
Yeah,
general partying.
I know. Just non-stop movement. It's like also all day today. Or in the morning. Or in the afternoon.
You need to send us some dates when you're playing.
June 26th, next show.
We're at
June 26th, Fat Little Buddies in Olmsted Township.
Fat Little Buddies.
That's a good show. It's an outdoor show. They got all kinds of stuff, food and they set it up because the next 2 days is they have a Buffett Fest. So they have it's a Jimmy Buffett thing, but the night before, we've been playing these past few years there. Just,
Friday night.
Be a buffet.
took me a second.
Would have been funny though.
Yeah. No, they bring in a couple of food trucks and they got, obviously they have good food from the restaurant or bar, bar food and, all the booze you want, outdoor tables, nice outdoor stage. It's pop in. 2 or 3 years, 3 years, it's been 4.
The time you guys gonna start, Vince?
Probably about 7:30, I would guess, between 7:30 and 8.
Fat Little Buddies, you said it was?
Yeah. It's really a lot of fun. So I was wondering why there were so many people here. Why don't they? Yeah, 2 years ago, still there. Yeah, He's great. He seems like very good.
He doesn't like you put him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're still there.
Yeah, because if he knew, he'd be like, screw Vince.
It's over.
So it's got a quick sheet to go over with you after the meeting. It'll take 5 minutes to relax.
Amanda. She was Bill Elder. We would talk, so anyway, she was.
Vincenzo,
Yes,
did you have cake?
I did not, I had to deal with him. So.
Do you want a piece of cake?
No.
Yes.
Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, goodness.
Accessing. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay, motion to resume regular session at 6:27 PM.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We are back in regular session. Council, do you have any good and welfare beyond what we've had this evening? Okay, is there any reason to enter into an executive session? Okay,
Mayor, I see we have an approval on here for a settlement. Is that something we can discuss in executive session?
we can.
Yes.
Just call the motion.
I don't have it in front of me.
Just call the motion, to enter executive session.
I'd like to make a
What's your
motion
agenda.
to enter an executive session for discussion of personnel issues to consider appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official pending potential litigation and property acquisition if necessary.
So move.
Second.
Please call the roll for executive session.
Mr. Moran,
Yes.
Mr. Dunman,
Yes.
Ms. Gersh, Mrs. Griora,
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski.
Yes.
Okay, council, we're gonna retire to the conference room. We are in executive session. Be back shortly. I hope.
I saw.
Can I have a motion to resume regular session?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All, please call the roll.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh? Yes. Mrs. Braylor?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes. Regular session is resumed at 6:35. A motion to approve the May 5th, 2026 regular session of council meeting minutes and the May 19th, 2026 special session of the council minutes, as well as the May 19th committee of the whole meeting minutes.
Mayor, I have a question about the May 5th regular session. Ms. Nagorski, in the first paragraph, it says all stood for the pledge. Mayor Elkins requested, and Mr. Elkins was not at that meeting.
Okay.
Okay,
With that amendment,
absolutely.
all, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Meeting minutes are approved. Moving on to legislation. Council has before them ordinance 2026-9 presented for third reading and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the ordinance?
An ordinance establishing the rate of pay for the village recreation director and repealing any pay provision in conflict herewith and declaring an emergency.
So that everyone in the public knows, what we did is after Mr. Edelberg retired, we tripled the salary. So the next person's making a lot more than Bill. I'm kidding. For those watching on Facebook Live, that's not true.
Mayor, I move that ordinance 2026-09 be placed on its third and final reading for immediate passage.
Second. Please call the roll.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh? Yes. Mrs. Braylor? Yes. Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes. Ordinance 2026-9 is adopted. Council has before them ordinance 2026-13 presented for suspension of rules and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the ordinance?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreed judgment entry and full settlement of the case known as Hastings et al. v. Village of Newburgh Heights, Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas, case number CV 26138789, and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that ordinance 2026-13 be adopted, rules suspended, and 2026-13 be placed on its first, second, and final reading for immediate passage.
Second. Please call the roll for suspension of rules.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh? Yes. Mrs. Braylor?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes. Please call the roll to adopt.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh? Yes. Mrs. Braylor?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes. Ordinance 2026-13 is adopted. Council has before them ordinance 2026-14 presented for suspension of rules and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the ordinance?
An ordinance confirming the motion made on February 3rd, 2026, authorizing the mayor to purchase real property and improvements located at 4011 East 42nd Street and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that ordinance 2026-14 be adopted, rules suspended, and that 2026-14 be placed on its first, second, and final reading for immediate passage.
Second.
Was that the original purchase price, $65,000?
No, that the motion was for up to $65,000, so that included all the closing costs and all that stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Was there a second? I'm sorry.
Yes, Steve.
Please call the roll for suspension of rules.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh? Yes. Mrs. Braylor?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes. Please call the roll to adopt.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh? Yes. Mrs. Braylor?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes. Ordinance 2026-14 is adopted. Council has before them ordinance 2026-15 presented for suspension of rules and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the ordinance?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a short-term lease with SET Inc. for use of the property at 4201 through 4303 Harvard Avenue as a staging area for a construction project and declaring an emergency.
1 second, Council President, Pro Tem. The engineers suggested we add a couple of contingencies to the property use agreement. One of them being, the SET must maintain the property during their use of it. meaning you have to mow it, keep it, you know,
Okay,
clean
cut
up.
Grass, right?
Yep.
What else you got?
And the contract must end by November 15th. Do you have anything in addition to that?
Are we charging a fee for this?
We are not.
Okay. No, I only had end date. That was the last thing.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yep. So those two things will be added to the agreement, once council adopts. Yes.
Sorry?
Would-
Anybody?
Can you turn your microphone on, please?
Is there any sort of cost for any of this?
Charge, you mean?
Yeah,
No.
No.
It's in essence, it,
we're leasing the property to them
Right.
to use.
to use.
There's no
why
money
they-
exchanging hands or
Correct.
anything.
Yep,
Okay.
you got it.
Mayor, I move that ordinance 2026-15 be adopted, rules suspended, and that 2026-15 be placed on its first, second, and final reading for immediate passage with those two additions.
Second.
Please call the roll on suspension of rules.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes,
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Please call the roll to adopt.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
yes,
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Ordinance 2026-15 is adopted. Council has before them resolution 26-17 for third reading. Clerk, will you please read the resolution?
A resolution accepting the Northeast Ohio Public Energy Council Energized Community Grant Program in the Village of Newburgh Heights and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that ordinance 2026 I'm sorry. What did you say?
Resolution 26-17.
Oh, I'm sorry. Resolution 26-17 be placed on its third and final reading for immediate passage.
Second.
Please call the roll for adoption.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
yes,
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Resolution 26-17 is adopted. Council,
I have a question. Sorry. Go ahead. Please. Do we need to say in the motion and declaring an emergency? Or that's going to affect immediately?
Well, it's written in the legislation.
Okay.
Yeah. She right.
And
Oh, you know,
need to
I'm
be
sorry.
in with-
Yeah.
Thank you.
I apologize.
council has before them resolution 26-18 presented for third reading and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the resolution?
A resolution authorizing the transfer of up to $50,000 in fiscal year 2026 as needed to the Newburgh Heights Community Improvement Corporation for payment of costs, fees, and ongoing operating expenses and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that resolution 26-18 be placed on its third reading for immediate passage.
Second.
Please call the roll for adoption.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
yes,
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Resolution 26-18 is adopted. Council has before them resolution 26-19 presented for suspension of rules and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the resolution?
A resolution declaring a 6-month moratorium on accepting for filing and consideration, review, and approval of all new applications for short-term rentals or bed and breakfast inns or Airbnbs in the Village of Newburgh Heights and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that resolution 26-19 be placed on its first reading.
Second.
Resolution 26-19 was placed on first reading.
Just to read.
Council has before them resolution 26-20 presented for suspension of rules and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the resolution?
A resolution declaring a 6-month moratorium on accepting for filing and consideration, review, and approval of all new applications for unlicensed group homes in the Village of Newburgh Heights and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that resolution 26-20 be placed on its first reading.
Second.
Is there any? Resolution 26-20 is placed on first reading. Council has before them resolution 26-21 presented for suspension of rules and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the resolution?
A resolution approving the proposed alternative tax budget in the form attached here to for the Village of Newburgh Heights, Ohio for fiscal year 2027 and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that resolution 26-21 be adopted, rules suspended, and resolution 26-21 be placed on its first, second, and final reading for immediate passage.
Second.
Please call the roll for suspension of rules.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes.
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes.
Please call the roll to adopt.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes.
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes.
Council has before them resolution 26-22 presented for first reading. Clerk, will you please read the resolution?
A resolution notifying the Cuyahoga County Fiscal Officer that the Village of Newburgh Heights, Ohio desires to participate in the scheduled tax advances for calendar year 2026 and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that resolution sorry.
It's first reading.
Oh, thank you.
You, I mean, you
Okay.
certainly can adopt it tonight if you want, but it's not. It doesn't have to be adopted until September, so,
Okay.
or end of the year.
Mayor, I move that resolution 26-22 be placed on first reading.
It is.
Thank you.
Council has before them resolution 26-23 presented for suspension of rules. Clerk, will you please read the resolution?
A resolution authorizing the mayor or his designee to file an application with the Cuyahoga County Department of Development for a community development block grant and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, can you please refresh us where this parking lot is going exactly?
The end of East 26th Street, just before you pull into the Ball Diamond, there was a vacant house there. And a partial driveway that would connect into Kathy Edwards Park. It'll be going in there.
Will that necessitate any changes to the current fencing that's up, the chain link?
Yes, which we've already secured and is part of that current construction project that's there.
All right, thank you. Mayor, I move that resolution 26-23 be adopted, rules suspended, and 26-23 be placed on its first, second, and final reading for immediate passage.
Second.
Please call the roll for suspension of rules.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes.
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes.
Please call the roll to adopt.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes.
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes.
Resolution 26-23 is adopted. Council has before them resolution 26-24 presented for suspension of rules and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the resolution?
A resolution authorizing the mayor or his designee to file an application with the Cuyahoga County Department of Development for a community development supplemental grant and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, council has had an opportunity to go over this, but we don't feel comfortable at this time unless things have changed with this body. Could we just run things by Mr. Sickles in terms of how he thinks they will score?
You mean at the moment or?
Right now, yes.
Absolutely.
Mr. Sickles, we talked about doing something with the dog park, freshening up the dog park. It's been on hold since 2022. We also talked briefly about possibly putting in a parallel parking space in front of the dog park. Can you give us some feedback on how you think a project like that would score?
I believe the refreshing the dog park, as you put it, would not score well. But I believe possibly the parking space in front of the dog park would have a better chance of scoring well. And that's mostly because of just what the park's used for. If we have the parking spots in front of the park, I can put a spin on it that it's for anyone to use. versus just dog owners. And I'm not saying we take it that way. Anyone's invited to use that space. But I'm saying the way the county would look at it and score it, it's better to have something that all people can use versus.
But there's also some other projects that we discussed earlier that we need to look at before we make a decision as to what we want to do. It's $50,000. So, you said until July 13th you have?
If you want me to fill out the application, I need it by a week from Friday.
Okay.
Council, do you want to run your ideas past Mr. Sickles? Mr. Moran, I know you had one, as did you, Mr. Kirkowski and Ms. Gersh.
One is, I'd like to see us get a new sign that's more friendly for, council, mayor, or anybody to use, something more like, Kyler Heights has, a nice big sign. I think
What-
this one here is just
What do you mean sign?
the big electrical sign.
Oh, the digital sign. Gotcha. Okay.
How would that score, Mr. Sickles?
I think that would score okay.
Ms. Gersh?
We also discussed, well, I got an email from Jason regarding the mailings. Using the money for that. However, according to Mr. Sickles, we would have to be precise on what we were mailing and how much it was costing, and in order for him to do the grant, we would have to have all our ducks in a row. There was the beautification project in little downtown Newburgh, some painting and that kind of stuff. Again, those are things that we would have to figure out the financial aspects of. Trying to think what else there was.
Mr. Sickles, how would a beautification, sprucing up of our little town center, are you talking by the bakery?
Yeah, by the bakery, the pizza shop.
You would need the plan worked through. Like I would need
Yeah,
something to show them
Right.
exactly what we're doing and what we're spending the money on versus just like, we can't just say, we're just gonna do a generic beautification project.
right.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Mrs. Gersh kind of talked about, I was looking at, creating some type of slush to be able to, do our mailers, newsletters, things like that to where, but it sounds like we need to be very specific
Yeah.
with what we're trying to.
Yeah, they want you
put
to be
together.
very specific on what you're doing. They need to be able
Mhm.
to, I'm gonna say, see the thing,
Mhm.
whatever that
Yeah,
thing
no, that
is.
makes sense.
So, because they actually do an audit on our project and they go, they look at it, they take pictures of it, they.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
But Mr. Sickles gave me some ideas on things that other cities are doing with this money, which could be helpful as far as home, you said home renovation projects, but we would have to have a matching amount, so I don't know how that kind of pans out, but might be something to look into. I think we need as a body to sit down and talk about this before we move forward in the next 10 days.
Park projects always score well, which you've gotten money for that in the past for playground equipment or
Right.
things like that. So those always score well. Anything dealing with seniors, low to moderate incomers, those are the two big things that if we can hit those
Demographics.
Mhm.
demographics, that really helps the scoring.
Seniors in which part?
Low to moderate incomers.
If I could add a suggestion, and this is something that Jim and I have talked about, and I think I've mentioned. As you're aware, there is a small parking lot of about 6 or 8 spots on Ross at the end of East 27th. The village did acquire and tear down a house that's immediately adjacent to that parking lot, which we could also convert into a that vacant lot could be converted into a parking lot in addition to what's being proposed on 26th, allowing us to essentially triple the number of parking spots that are immediately adjacent to Kathy Edwards Park, the playground, and the ball field. With this particular grant, if we were to get it. The idea being that now all of a sudden it's the park's a lot more accessible from a drive perspective, because if you drive over there, you're gonna be able to put your car someplace, that kind of thing.
Which actually feeds into our master plan
It
as
does.
far as parking and
Okay, what's the plan on 26 for park?
What do you mean?
You said that there was a plan for parking on 26.
Yeah, so the lot, essentially, as you pull down, you go all the way down where the apron is, right, that will be paved or turned into, is it paved or is it gravel? We're gonna pave it
Well, it depends on what the.
if we get the grant.
Yeah, I don't have a great answer today for you. I have the office kind of working on ideas.
So that's a
And-
discussion, I get you. In discussions.
For the grant, that's
We just
Really?
need a pretty for the grant. I need a pretty picture and a cost estimate to submit with the grant.
do we
So
need
I-
to send this to Public Works and it like very quickly make a decision?
I think it would probably be better for committee of the whole, so we all have a say. That would probably
yeah.
work. Jim, I had one other question about the scoring for the grants. I talked briefly with you the other day about getting, I call them park signs where you can open it up and put in meeting minutes or your Christmas party or things like that. Would that score well? An information center, for lack of a better word?
I think I could put a spin on it. Again, it's to upgrade your parks, so that's, the park things tend to score well.
Okay. All right. Is anybody else? Bill? Anybody? I'd like to make a motion to table this and send it to committee of the whole for further discussion with the understanding that we will have an answer for Mr. Sickles by the 10th of June.
Second.
You'll have to have an additional meeting to approve legislation by then as well.
So we can approve the legislation and then commit to present the ideas for the actual designation for the grant.
no, because the grant, the legislation is for
Got it?
applying for the grant, specific, yeah. So is there was there a second to that motion?
Second.
Yes.
Moved and seconded, please call the roll.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes.
Mrs. Briora?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes. Resolution 26-24 has been tabled.
Mayor Wilmot, council, please, before you leave today, let's find a date that works for all of us, as this is very time sensitive. Thank you.
Council has before them resolution 26-25 presented for suspension of rules and adoption. Clerk, will you please read the resolution?
That we
Actually, we
already
already
did it.
adopted. I stand corrected. Thank you.
We need 26.
Yep. Council has they were provided today, and I apologize, this is all developed, this particular resolution, 26-26 was developed in the last 48 hours. What it is we have arrived at a point with the village's camera program where the court is now declaring default judgments on people that have ignored paying their citation. We are also, now that the court is mailing those individuals a postcard. In addition, the village has engaged a collection agency, MCOA, to collect on those defaulted judgments. The chief and I had a conference call with MCOA about the language, making it clear to the motorists that have not paid when they're being collected upon, being notified that you have a collection agency, that the village's next step is garnishment, which is what the default judgment allows us to do. It allows us to take a legal action in Garfield Heights Municipal Court to attach their salary, their wages, their bank account, whatever it is,
We have some individuals with 20 citations, 30 citations. They just simply ignore them. We have car companies, rental car companies. We can't keep track of how many they have. They just ignore them. So the collection agency asked that simply, our current legislation already gives us the right to do this, but they simply asked that we adopt a resolution reaffirming that the police chief has the authority to pursue collections with that step, with the court and garnishment. So that's what this is. Vince worked it up yesterday. Chief, do you want to add to that?
No, I think you summarized it well, other than this would be the last step. So if the soft collections are unsuccessful, if people ignore that, if they ignore the letters, and the letters will be at least the fourth one that they will have gotten. So they get the original notice, they get a first notice that they got monies due, then they get a notice of default judgment from the court, then they get a letter from MCOA. So there's at least 4 letters over the course of about 90 days that they get, and they flat out ignore. And so we're going to add just a little bit of a window in there and then leave this option open to us, because as the mayor noted, we've got dozens, if not hundreds of motorists who have 10 or more violations. There's a lot. So this is our
I didn't
attempt
realize the
to.
state allowed garnishments. It's on.
What do you mean?
I just thought there was like so many rules regarding collecting on these tickets with the state. I didn't know that they allowed garnishment.
Right, a default judgment is a default judgment.
Yeah.
So it does allow us to do that. Now, we don't have that mechanism in place yet. We're prepping to do that. I don't think that we'll launch that till probably September-ish, seeing how the collections process goes. But they just got, MCOA just got last week 16,000 default judgments sent to them.
Wow.
That's 16 with 3 zeros after it.
Oh, wow.
For the people in the audience, that's not even all of them. That's probably
Half?
about half.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than half.
So that's what this is. It just is, this is developed in the last 40 hours, but it's that impactful on the overall status of the village's program. Clerk, we read it.
I
Okay.
did not read it.
Yeah, clerk, I didn't think so. Clerk, please read the resolution.
A resolution granting the police chief authority to pursue collections up to and including garnishment actions and automated speed and traffic enforcement cases and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that resolution 26-26 be adopted, rules suspended, and that 26-26 be placed on its first, second, and final reading for passage.
Second.
Please call the roll for suspension of rules.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes.
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes.
Please call the roll to adopt.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes.
Mrs. Grayorah?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkowski?
Yes.
Resolution 26-26 is adopted. Council has before them payroll resolutions 4697, 4698, and 4699 presented for suspension of rules. Clerk, will you please read the resolutions?
April 2026 disbursements, a resolution authorizing and directing the payment of certain bills. Be it resolved by the council of the village of Newburgh Heights of Ohio that the following bills be paid, and the same are hereby approved, and the fiscal officer and mayor are hereby respectfully authorized to draw their warrants and checks for payment of said bills as set forth on the following pages in the total amount of $1,304,628.59 and declaring an emergency. Payroll Resolution 4698, a resolution authorizing and directing the payment of certain bills. Be it resolved by the council of the village of Newburgh Heights of Ohio that the following bills be paid and the same are hereby approved. And the fiscal officer, mayor are hereby respectfully authorized to draw their warrants and checks for payment of said bills as set forth on the following pages in the total amount of $97,038.26 and declaring an emergency. Payroll Resolution 4699, a resolution authorizing and directing the payment of certain bills. Be it resolved by the council of the village of Newburgh Heights of Ohio that the following bills be paid and the same are hereby approved, and the fiscal officer and mayor are hereby respectfully authorized to jar the warrants and checks or payment of said bills as set forth on the following pages in the total amount of $114,567.65 and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, I move that payroll resolutions 4697, 4698, and 4699 be adopted, rules suspended, and payroll resolutions 4697, 4698, and 4699 be placed on their first, second, and final reading for immediate passage.
Second.
Please call the roll for suspension of rules.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes.
Mrs. Graywara?
Yes.
Mr. Kukowski?
Yes.
Please call the roll to adopt.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Dunman?
Yes.
Ms. Gersh?
Yes.
Mrs. Graywara?
Yes.
Mr. Kukowski?
Yes.
Payroll resolutions 4697, 4698, and 4699 are adopted. Moving on to reports, Mr. Moran, the floor is yours.
I just want to say thank you to everybody that helped out in the Memorial Day Parade. It was a small showing, but it's still yet something that needs to be done and show respect to everybody that served for this country and has passed on. So next year, let's all try to get somebody out there, hold their hand if you got to take them there, but let's make sure we get some people out there next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dunman?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Gersh?
I have nothing at this time.
Thank you. Mrs. Grayorra?
I'd just like to remind everyone that the garage sale is going to be held on June 12th, 13th, and 14th. You can pick up your permits in the building department, normal business hours. You must have a permit to participate, and your name will appear on the list if you do. I also like to give a shout out. I heard a lot of good comments about the job the service department did and at the Memorial Day Parade. The trimming of the entire boulevard all the way around was fabulous. It made the village really shine. Police and fire showed up as well. And as Mr. Moran stated, it's an important event, and I'm really grateful that everybody, the mayor included, was there and to support the Legion in their event. And that's all. Thank you.
Mr. Kukowski?
Nothing at this time.
Thank you. Okay, my report, very quickly, this evening, I would like to notify and I guess get permission if we could. I'm not sure exactly how the rule was created during the interim mayor's term regarding grants, but there is a regional AFG grant that is getting adopted and proposed by multiple fire departments to replace radios, portable radios. Ours are aging out, getting replacement parts and making sure that they're serviceable is an issue or can be an issue. So I'd like to ask council's permission to allow the chief to apply for the grant. Our match, so that you know, would be anywhere between $14,000 and $25,000 would be our match. It's about $105,000 grant. So under motions and approvals, if we could authorize the chief to do that, and then at that same time, if you have questions for the chief about, about the grant or about the equipment, that would be the appropriate place for that. Power outages. So I think we've had 5 this year in 2026 already. And so the public knows what's really happening is I'm getting bored. So I flip the switch off just to see how everybody reacts when they don't have power. In all seriousness, we don't control it. We don't own the power system. We don't own the grid. It's owned by First Energy. What has been unique is the last 2 power outages we had, which were 2 days in a row. That was unique to Newburgh Heights. Nobody else lost power. A little bit over in Slavic Village, but by and large, it was pretty much just this immediate grid. So that was unique to us. The few times prior to that, that we lost power, hundreds of thousands of people across Northeast lost power. So it wasn't just us. Now, I am in communication with First Energy. I was hoping their representative would be here tonight. Obviously you can see that they're not, but we are working to get them to attend a council meeting to share with us what they're going to do to take the steps necessary to stop this from occurring. Frankly, it really comes down to an infrastructure they have not invested in substantially in 40 years, 50 years. And that's really what it comes down to. We have a lot of trees in this town. A lot of them are immediately adjacent to or on power lines or power boxes, and that's a big part of it. So we are pushing First Energy to be accountable. This is a hundreds of billions of dollar company. We are small potatoes. Now, they'll give us all the song and dance about how we're important and we're customers and all of that. But there's a limited amount we can do. We can raise hell, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what we're trying to do. Just so you know, and so the public is aware, and I know you know this, when you lose power, we do too. This isn't unique to, the power at my house stays on. Power at Michelle Guerrero's house does stay on, but not at mine. I lose power too. So we're aware that it's an issue. We don't like it either. We really are working on getting some accountability. It's just very difficult when, keep this in mind, we're dealing with a company that spent $25 million, I think, just so they could put their name on a football stadium. That's insane. They could probably redo all the power in Newburgh Heights for that. So we are working on it. I do want the public to understand, we know this is a problem. There's just only so much we can do. And we are doing what we can do.
Did they give you any reason why the power was out? I know I saw them working on Harvard at one point.
Essentially, yeah, a box blew up, not a box. What are those two? Transformer blew up. Thank you. And that's basically what they said. And that is what happened.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't wipe out the power for the whole village for a day. It just shouldn't. So that's where we are. But no, I don't have, it is what it is. There's not a good excuse for it.
Mayor, I think it's also important to note that the more people who call, I've been told, the more people who call, the more quickly our power will be restored. It's going to take the time it's going to take, but if one person calls, they may not take it as seriously. And that number is 1-888-544-4877. 888-544-4877.
You can also text that number, not that number, but there's a number you can text so that you don't have to sit and hold or anything like that. You can text identifying your power's out. Chief, you had a comment?
Yeah, just so the public knows, anytime we have a power outage, we always report it through the fire department to our emergency 911 number for CEI, and we get an emergency ticket for the village. But everyone has to call in there, so as they start to fix problems, they have to know that your power is out, so they might think it's been restored. And here we have some other people which happened in the last outage. Some people didn't call it in, so they were fixing stuff and then thought they were done and weren't because other people hadn't called it in. So you need to call in your power so as they go through the village to reset what happened in the last one, they had a power surge, which set off a bunch of safeties on the transformers, and they had to go around and find all the ones that had tripped. But they only could do that by people who had called in and said, hey, I have no power. Just me calling it in from the fire station, I get to Village Hall, and because we're emergency services, we can have them do our stuff and get our power up. But you have to make sure you call in your power outage so that by the time it's all done, your power is restored as well. So they don't leave the village thinking they've gotten everybody.
Thank you, Chief. I have nothing further. Council, do you have any questions for me? Okay. Kathleen, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Council has a pile of reports from my office, as usual. we'll start with the Rita report for May 2026. We received $111,904.33, which is a reduction of $57,158.61, or 33.81% from May of 2025. From what I can tell, a couple of businesses in the village filed for net profit tax returns for the first quarter. So not only were they not giving us money, they were asking for money back. So that's where all that money went. Other questions on the Rita report? Okay, so then we'll move on to the April 2026 fund cash report. General fund receipts in April 2026 were $524,659.94. General fund disbursements in April 2026 were $651,329.60. And the unexpended balance in the general fund in April 2026 was $303,811.74. All funds receipts in April 2026 were $1,771,484.47. All funds disbursements in April 2026 were $1,304,628.59. And the unexpended balance in all funds in April 2026 were $1,300,801.63. And that's all I have unless council has questions. Thank you.
Chief Majoi.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of things to share. One is with respect to our photo enforcement program. I will be very brief. It is, has, and always will be in compliance with Ohio law. Despite what some news reporters might want to spin the wheel and bring up Newburgh Heights today, everything that we do with this program is within the law. That's all I have to say about that. Next, I've been asked to speak to, we had fielded some questions about e-bikes, and basically the ordinances of the village as it relates to e-bikes allows e-bikes to be ridden, but the same laws apply. So in other words, a person on an e-bike can be cited for reckless operation of an e-bike. They're not allowed to go faster than the posted speed limits. They're supposed to stop at stop signs. If they're under 16, they're supposed to be wearing a helmet. If you're a passenger on the e-bike, you're supposed to be wearing a helmet. We don't get a lot of complaints on these, but we have fielded some. As in any complaint, it is really helpful for everyone to contact dispatch when it happens. When we get a report a day, a week, or a month later, it's really hard for us to do much about it. So we would really appreciate and encourage everyone, if they have a complaint, no matter what it is, it doesn't have to be e-bikes, but just call us when it happens. And then last, I'll just piggyback off what the mayor and Chief Higgs said about a power outage. Whenever there is a power outage, we do open up the community room. The police officers are standing by there so residents can come and charge their personal electronics and devices like that. So we just watch for social media. We'll always post it there. If you don't have social media, just call our dispatch center and ask them if the community room is open. They will let you know if it is. And one time the power outage was limited to just a small area. We opened it anyway. So if that situation arises, please call us. We're happy to open that and supply that service to residents. That's all. And council should have my monthly report. And Michelle looks like she has something to say.
Thank you, Chief. E-bikes, I just want to know, are they allowed to be on the road as well as the sidewalk, or is it either or?
It's either or. There's nothing to prevent them from being on the sidewalk. You know, the easiest answer is to ride with courtesy. So if you see folks on the sidewalk, then go on the streets, because we prefer the pedestrians stay on the sidewalks, that sort of thing.
We've had complaints on our street about young, very, very young children being on bikes, no helmets, no safety equipment on the back with brother or sister. Is that?
No, that's not legal, and that is something that we should be called upon. Generally, our first approach would be a warning to the individuals, and to speak to their parents. If they're not compliant, then if they get a citation, they can't say that they haven't been fairly warned.
How about lights?
Light supply, they have to have lights to operate after dark.
And I'm showing my age here, but we used to have mopeds and you had to have a license. Are these licensed?
E-bikes are not licensed, mopeds still are. Mopeds are gas operated ones. So the difference between those is electric versus motorized.
I think we had the kids trying to steal a golf cart.
That was, yeah, we didn't try. They did steal a golf cart from the golf course. They were captured.
So,
I thought, where are they gonna go? What is it, go 10 miles an hour? Like,
well, I don't know, I've had some golf carts that move. So using the idea that, you know, these e-bikes, the scooters, whatever you want to call them, because they're electric, they could be on and off the sidewalk. And they don't, so the motor vehicle laws per se don't apply to them. What's the difference between that and say, Tesla car that's electronic?
Well, that's a four-wheeled vehicle and the Teslas are really super fast as compared to the e-bikes. So-
Well, I'm just playing
Having
devil's
driven
advocate
one.
here.
No, it's a fair question. These e-bikes are designed not to exceed 25 mile an hour, from my understanding of them. Now, of course, unless somebody goes in and.
You get hit with an e-bike
Like,
at 25 miles an hour, it's gonna hurt.
Absolutely, anything at 25 mile an hour is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
So I do agree with that.
but the speed limit on my street is 15, so if they're bailing down the street at 25.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a lot.
But understand it's a bit of a tall order to try to clock an e-bike on the street that's 15 mile an hour. I mean, and you know, the idea, I'll go to the helmet law. The helmet law, there's the spirit behind the helmet law is voluntary compliance and it's paternalism. In other words, it's a law to protect you from yourself, because if you fall and hit your head, then you're going to get injured. So this is why we want you to wear a helmet. And so we would just hope that by spreading the word of knowledge that, and let's be honest, we're talking about parents, buy a helmet for your kid and it could save their life. That's a simple solution. And why would you not do that for your children? Because of the dangers.
But it is a law on the e-bikes to wear a helmet or no?
No, under 16, they have to wear a helmet. And if you are a passenger on an e-bike, you have to wear a helmet. That is what the ordinance reads.
And what I will tell council, and we'll be providing them this information through the First Suburbs and some other entities. Some communities are adopting, in fact, there was another article just today in Cleveland.com about e-bikes. We'll forward that information on to Councilwoman Griora, and then she can disseminate it to you. And if you want to adopt a section or chapter regarding e-bikes, you can harass Mr. Rufo.
Well, it's becoming a problem. I had two of them just dart out in front of my car when I was coming home and scared the hell out of me, and I thought, I'm gonna hit them. You know.
Was
horrible.
Chief, was the accident in Harvard today, was that an e-bike?
No.
No, okay.
On a regular bike.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Chief Higgs, floor is yours. Thank you, Michelle.
Just a few items, follow up from Family Dollar. We had a meeting on May 20th with the corporate people from Family Dollar, along with Chief Majoy, Tim Bissler, Hillary Schickler, regarding what's been going on at Family Dollar, trying to get them to be good corporate tenants here in the village. If you've driven by it recently, they have been complying with the things we've asked. And so it's being updated and they're maintaining it. And we're working on them to maintain the inside of the store as clean as it was when those corporate execs showed up on May 20th. So just give you an update. We're continuing to do that. We were supposed to be in court on the 3rd. We're pushing it back to the 15th of July for some of the things that we discussed on that May 20th meeting. So I just wanted to give you an update for that. Also, for the residents, we have teamed up with the Red Cross in our smoke detector program. So it doesn't cost the village anything for a smoke detector. You can contact the station and we will schedule a time to come out and we can put those in for you. Up to 3 per household. So we've done that. And I want to get a shout out to the building department. This past weekend on Sunday, we had an apartment fire, and because of the working smoke detectors in the multifamily, the first floor unit, a family had started cooking, thought they turned off the stove, left the apartment. The lady up on the second floor started hearing the smoke detectors going off on the first floor, and then saw the smoke coming up into her apartment, then called it in. So because of the working smoke detectors, when we got there, we were able to put that fire out. It was a stove fire. We were able to put that out with a water cannon. It kept the fire from obviously getting bigger. So shout out to Hillary. I know they get a lot of flack for making the owners, landlords, make sure that they have smoke detectors all levels, CO detectors all levels. That's huge. That was an incident that I believe because of their inspection, because we just had a point of sale inspection there recently, and they made sure all that stuff was working. And I just want to point that out, that they're doing a great job of making sure that those things are, our landlords are compliant in the multifamilies. I have nothing else.
Thank you, Chief. Ms. Schickler?
I don't have anything in particular, but if anybody has any questions.
Thank you. Mr. Sickles?
Brief update. We are getting close. I don't know if you remember, but in last year, we received $150,000 grant for East 52nd Street. Those plans are wrapping up. The bid package is wrapping up, so we'll be going to bid on that within the next week or so. You should have results from that at the next council meeting in July. Gamma Water main is under construction right now. We had an update meeting today. They're roughly halfway through the main part of the water main. And then they'll have to make all the connections to all the residents, so that'll be a little while yet. Beta Avenue, the sewer separation project. Tonight you passed the lease agreement for SET to use some of that land along Harvard as a staging area. So that project will be starting up possibly as soon as 2 weeks from now. They'll probably start bringing equipment and some supplies in as early as next week. And then the project will start after that. I'll have more updates once we start meeting with the contractor more often and get a better feel of their schedule. That's all I have for updates. Any questions? The
I-77 project, it says January 2026.
Yeah, that's a long ongoing project that starts, it's along 77. It's gonna start
Right.
one exit down from the village here and then go north from that. There's a lot to it, a lot of pieces, parts. When I hear more, I will pass on. But in general, the biggest concern for the village will be, there will be a point when each on-ramp and off-ramp will be closed for about 30 days at a time as they come through and do resurfacing and cleaning things up. But you'll all know when that's getting close, mostly because you'll see all the work going on 77. Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bissler?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a reminder that Saturday, June 13th, we have a shred event here at the Village Hall, so please bring your papers, your neighbor's papers, and fill up the truck. This is probably the 7th time that I've mentioned it, so let's make sure we make use of the village's money and come and shred your papers. Also, I'd like to thank Specialized Construction for the repairs done on Harvard Road. They came out Saturday and repaired some of the really bad spots of asphalt. They should be back out this Saturday, weather pending, to crack seal around those patches and Other than that, council has my report. If you guys have any questions, feel free.
What are the times on the shred event?
Oh, shred event is on Saturday, June 13th from 9 a.m. till noon. So get here early and bring your papers. I believe it's posted on social media. If we can repost it, that way you guys can see it on social media. And if you would like, there can be a flyer. Actually, it's posted out in front of the fire or the police station here too. So if you guys want flyers, I can make copies of flyers as well. Thanks.
Maybe hopefully, Cuyahoga Heights will get the hint to repair their streets.
Maybe.
So I just wanted to say thank you very much for having the service department take care of the grass at the tops of the ramps for 77 at Harvard, because it looks wonderful. And I've not really experienced too many complaints about village property not being taken care of. So I think we're doing a good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to purchases and approvals. Council has before them, approval, can we have a motion for the approval of the April 2026 fund cash report?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Council, can we have a motion for the approval and authorizing the chief to apply for the regional AFG grant for radios or answer any questions you may have about that?
So move.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Chief, you're good to go.
Yep. At the next council meeting, we have an MOU that we're working on now to get signed from all the cities that are involved with that. So, Brexel's leading, so that you understand, Brexel's leading the grant for it. And so we have to all sign an MOU similar to what we did 10 years ago when we did the radios last time.
What does that mean? Everybody splits the cost, or how does that work?
How that works is we're going in together, we have a better chance of getting, if I would go in separately by myself, probably wouldn't get the grant by everyone going in. That allows us to get everyone to get an opportunity to get the radios. And so that's why our percentage is higher, because we're going in as a group and I have to go under their percentage. Normally it's us as a 5%, it'll be 15% as the group, and everyone then divides up. Each of us put in, like, so I'm putting in for 14 radios. I'll give you an example. Valley View's putting in for 25 portable radios. So every department puts in how many radios they need for the grant. They total up the number of radios and the number of dollars needed for the grant, and then we submit the grant.
It's proportional to the number of radios you're applying for.
Correct.
So you don't know, like even remotely close, what our match is gonna be?
Yeah, anywhere between, so when you get awarded the grant, sometimes they award it fully and sometimes they don't award it fully. So it's depending on how much they award for the radios. So last time when we had the radios, we only had to pay 10%, but there's a possibility. And so that's why I'm giving you the number. We calculated it out anywhere between $14,000 to $25,000, depending on what they actually give us.
That's kind of a big gap, 14, 25.
We have no control on the amount of money the AFG and that FEMA is going to give us. So we'll ask for a dollar amount, and if they sometimes don't give you the full amount.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Thanks, Chief. Okay, I'm gonna open the floor to the public for comment. We ask that you direct your comments or questions at myself or a member of council. If we need to bring a department head in for detail or other information, I'll do that. With that, is there any questions from the floor? If you could, I'm gonna have you hand me the microphone. I'll turn it on and speak into the microphone so the public out in the internet world can hear you. Yeah, just hold it until the light comes on. There you go.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Jeff Moore, 3674 Washington Park Boulevard. I'm sure that you all received a letter from me in the email regarding the house at 4006 East 41st Street. First of all, I had a question on 26-19, the 6-month moratorium on short-term rentals, bed and breakfast. What's the definition of short-term? Is that 30 days or less?
Anything less than 30 days.
Okay. That
Or 30 days or less, yeah.
30 days or less. So if I had like a furnished rental for 3 months, that would be
That's not
acceptable.
short term.
That's not, okay, just double checking. And then on the next one, 20, the moratorium, these are both going to the first reading. So what, the next council meeting will be the second reading and then the third reading?
Yep.
And then,
And that provides council with the ability to make changes, alterations, whatever they may be. They also have the ability to schedule a hearing for the public to comment on that. They have the ability to, they can suspend the rules then and say, okay, we're going to adopt it on second reading, however it may be, but that just gives them essentially time to have.
I'm just not familiar with the
Yeah, no, that's fine.
formality of how it works.
Yep.
So what is the status of 4006 at this moment? Has it been approved for this group home, this? Transitional
Nothing has
housing?
been approved for any home at this stage by council.
Because I was just riding my bike by there the other day and they're all painting and this and that.
Well,
and
it's
like, oh,
owned by somebody and there was an inspection done and they are required to bring it up to a certain code. That doesn't mean that it's been approved to be a group home or a short.
He just said it's rented.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know anything about, that, I don't know about that.
Okay, so that brings me to my other question. I don't know if this is the right venue, but Hillary's been supporting me in applying for this permit to replace my back stairway. It's a freestanding unit. It was existing there when I purchased the property from Kinder, and I had to put railings on it because it was just 3 steps into the house. And when I talked to Hillary, you kind of want a landing there so that you're not opening the door and falling back off a stair, et cetera, et cetera. So I talked to Cleveland Lumber. They basically said, here's what we do. I sent in pictures, et cetera. I had a conversation with Mr. Gallagher and he's saying that there's no way he could permit this because you got to dig 42 inches down below the frost line, attach it to the house. I'm just trying to put in a set of stairs, not a deck, And I realized that a lot of the homes here, and I don't want to cause a problem for anybody else that's a homeowner here, but a lot of the homes have this setup where it's just a freestanding unit. It's up to the house and you just walk up the stairs.
So
Is there a variance or is
well,
there,
that's,
because I'm kind of stuck on
I was
this.
going to say, I think your solution would be to apply to the Board of Zoning Appeals for a variance, wouldn't it? I don't know.
Look, if there are specific rules that are building,
the reason he's asking to follow those rules is because he wants to make sure that it's safe and secure. So those specific rules, you can't get a variance.
Okay.
from. You know what I'm saying? So I get you're saying maybe that's not somewhere else, but the idea isn't to perpetuate a problem going forward. You know
I
what I'm
want to
saying?
improve my property.
no,
I'm doing
I-
it for
I-
me. There's nobody else even walking up these stairs
Yeah.
except me.
But what I'm suggesting to you is if there are specific guidelines that have to be followed, then they have to be followed. You can't vary from those.
Okay, so these are in the Ohio International Building Code. All right, so these are something the state of Ohio is saying you have to do this. It's not Bill saying you have to do it.
No, and I have no problem. Well, we had a very nice conversation. I totally respect his position and I'm, I know I can be vitriolic in my emails, but
So I guess the short answer is I think you're gonna have to comply. And doesn't sound like there's opportunity for a variance.
so, but if I just leave it, you're not going to come knocking on my door and like, hey, your stairs are sitting on top of a
Well-
concrete slab. Fix this now,
Well, I don't know why we would be in your backyard anyway.
No, I know. I'm just saying, I want to replace those so they have a more convenient access to my house. But I don't want to jackhammer a perfectly beautiful 4-inch driveway that's a slab.
I can't,
You know what I'm
what
saying?
you're asking me is, am I giving you permission to ignore the building code? The answer is no.
Right.
If you do something in your backyard and your neighbor doesn't call and tell us that you've broken the law.
Well, I'm just looking down the line. If I sell the house someday.
Well, if you sell the house, there'll be an inspection. There'll be a.
Right. But I'm saying, like, when I first came here, it was, and Hillary knows because she was there.
Yeah.
3 steps, right? No railings. So, you know, obviously you need railings. I'm like, okay, so I put railings.
Yep.
But I didn't tear up the driveway and put 42-inch
I-
posts in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't speculate on that. I just don't.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of homes
Yeah.
that have that set.
I don't doubt that. I'm not gonna give you
I mean, it's
permission.
like catch 22. I don't know
Yeah,
what to do.
I'm not gonna send, what you're looking for is almost like us to say it's okay for you to do whatever you want. We can't do that.
No, I get
You
it.
know,
I get it.
if you do something in your backyard and your neighbor is ticked off at you and calls us and says, here's a violation, we'll cross that bridge then.
Well, I only have one neighbor right now. but-
Well, I don't know.
And the-
I'm just,
And the neighbor on my other side is deathly afraid to even get a purchase agreement because she's so in fear of the building department that, it's like,
yeah,
whatever.
listen, that's what I can tell you. They're your steps. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. If you end up creating a violation and that it gets reported to the village, at that point, we are obligated to do something about that. Until then, or if we don't know about it,
Okay.
we don't know about it, but I'm not giving you permission to.
No, I
Violate the
get
rule.
it. I just wanted to see where I'm at with this.
I think that's the best I can do.
And if you go by 4006, you'll notice that the front steps are very dilapidated and also not attached to the building or the ground. Yeah, I'm just saying, so if you're gonna put a group home there, I'm just me walking up my steps. And now you're gonna,
The
five
village, the
people-
village isn't putting a group home anywhere. That's not, the village doesn't
All right.
own
Well, I
that.
was just at the last meeting. You weren't
Yeah.
here, but
Yeah.
they presented the stride forward for
I'm
whatever.
familiar with it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right.
All
I'll
set?
let it go.
Any other questions? All right,
All right. Thanks.
right behind you.
Hi, so I have a question in regards to, oh, I'm sorry, my name is Kelly Hastings. I have a question in regards to the camera tickets and going into like formal credit reports and stuff.
Mhm.
For those of you that don't know me, I own a local business and it's delivery based. And I consistently get tickets from Newburgh, Willoughby, Parma, you name it. I can 1000% assure you, none of them are ever to my personal car, though. They're to my cargo vans, they're to my minivans. And the best I could do at that time point is go back and try my best to figure out who was driving it at that particular day. Tell them, which they always will argue it wasn't them. They will not pay them. If I was to pay them, I would have long been bankrupt and my business would not be open anymore. So what kind of fail safes are there to protect people like me? I don't have a problem with the camera program whatsoever because I don't speed and I'm not worried about it personally, but as a business owner, it can very greatly hurt me. So I'm just trying to figure out how to protect people. I don't know how many other people it would quite apply to like me because I'm in Newburgh and in Slavic Village nonstop. But what can be done to protect somebody like me?
So there are, Chief, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there are mechanisms that you can put in your vehicle so that you know who's driving your vehicle, when and where. So that doesn't solve the problem for what's already happened, but you have that ability to do that.
I know that, but if they don't pay it, it's still on me. They all come
Well,
back to me.
So, but here's what you can do. When you get the citation, then you do something called a transfer of liability. It's right on the ticket. You transfer the liability to that particular, turn the ticket over, it's on the back. You transfer the liability to that particular motorist, send it back to the court. The court will reissue the ticket to that person's personal name.
Okay, so is that like some sort of program installed? I've had trackers and stuff on them because trust me, the stuff I've dealt with my employees is absolutely enough to make me want to shoot myself. But
Well, don't do that.
it gets rough. Like they know damn well where all these cameras are. They just don't care.
They don't
because
care.
They don't.
They
care.
don't think they're liable.
Exactly.
But that's the solution is transfer of liability. It then gets transferred directly in your name. And that's why inside the vehicle you have to, or in the vehicle, you have to have some mechanism so you know who's driving the vehicle. I'll give you an example, the rental car companies, that's what they do. So what happens is the citation goes to a rental car company. They know who was driving the car, when and where.
And it comes back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that happen too in rentals at the holidays when I need them. So,
They just charge your credit card.
yeah, yes.
Chief, do you
What I know is some places they have like a sign out log.
Oh, I've tried that.
And
Yeah.
again, that's just
Yeah.
what others have done. But what the mayor said is accurate. What I would recommend, however, is maybe you can call me and set up an appointment to come see me outside of this meeting, of course, to discuss the pending ones, to see what we can do to help mitigate these for you.
I would gladly do that and get whatever information. Like I said, I've had tracking programs because I've definitely had ones that go home and take naps and are missing for hours or going shopping and stuff. So I've definitely done that, but I was not familiar with something that could actually track the actual individual, because it's just hard to do.
Sure.
So,
Just see me after the meeting. We can talk real quick.
okay, that's fine.
I have a question about your drivers. When they get into a vehicle, a truck, don't they sign in, hi, I'm Michelle, I'm taking, license number BR 549 out? and
No,
I'll-
I own Vicks Floral. It's not that, like, I'm not a big type of company like that. And honestly, there's days that a driver's sick and I'm calling a friend of mine to come in out of nowhere just because I need somebody to cover it. It's not that high tech. Trust me, it's frustrating because in the way people order now online and stuff, like they think we're like Amazon and they want pictures and this and that. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not taking a picture of somebody in the Cleveland Clinic hospital bed holding their flowers. It's just the way that industry is set now. So believe me, I'm trying to work around all sorts of different things with the way things change, but this is something, I am that person that's getting a ticket constantly. I can't afford it.
Yep.
So. I know.
That kind of money, probably worth it for you to put something in.
Oh, I'm not spending it. That's the thing. I would have been shut down years ago if that was the case. Drew did the same thing. I know Trevor knew my former boss. I know several people in this room knew him, and it's been the same issue for many years. So I'm just trying to figure out a way around it.
Or you'll lose an employee. All right. Is that what you wanted
Yeah,
to?
that's all. Like I said, that's concerning to me as a business owner. It's hard enough to run a small business, so.
Yep. Touch base with the chief and see if we can't mitigate and
Okay.
create some solutions for you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Cool, then I have to call her and everything too.
Well, we can't promise they're going to be as cooperative. Please state your name.
Stating my name is Pat Harp. I live on East 38th Street, and I have a question. Is it legal? I have to look at you, Chief Mead. Is it legal to have cars parked in the driveway with no license plates?
No.
Okay. Number two, I've already asked Hillary, there's a big dead tree in the next door yard that's rental, and it's gonna fall, and I don't want it falling on my yard. Hillary's sweet enough to say that she'll come out and check it out for me. Now, when Hillary goes in there and sees the 8 cars parked all over the lawns and sidewalk and in the cul-de-sac and the rabbit that's underneath a playpen and the 3 cats and a dog running around loose, can she testify to Chief Majoy that this is going on there? And is that a problem?
So Hillary and the chief are communicating. Ms. Harp, you and I spoke about this a couple weeks ago. And we've had a couple conversations in the last 2 weeks or so about your concern with your neighbor's property. They actually are. I did inform both of them, and they are communicating and they are working up and working on a resolution to some of your concerns. So so tonight, what we're not going to do is litigate, this particular issue with your neighbor, but we are going to, and they are going to address the issues that are violations of village code.
Because, as everybody knows, all the people on 38th Street call me except for Linda Gersh. I call her.
Yeah. So my recommendation in that scenario is, if that becomes a burden for you, is instruct those folks, here's the phone number. If you have an issue with something,
They're afraid to call, and I just
they're afraid to call the chief of police. Has he shot anybody for calling?
I told Chief, they're all saying, I don't want to call because they're going to use my name. Chief told me to say, you don't.
They don't use their name.
And he guaranteed me that his police
Yeah.
officers do not give their names out, because the children that live across the street from Linda Gersh, they're little kids. This 3-year-old sits in the middle of the street on a bike. There's no adult supervision at all. Those cars come around that corner. And they're gonna.
So I'm gonna stop you. There's no doubt. I'm sure that that is accurate. What is not going to solve that problem is your neighbor waiting 6 hours to call you, and then you waiting 2 days to call Councilwoman Gersh or me, or call the police department then, when it happens. And so this whole thing, or them putting you on the spot to be, it's got to stop, Pat. They got to stop doing that. If they want this stuff resolved,
They don't know.
we have to do it immediately.
Michelle, and I call Linda all the time going, what the hell?
But Michelle is not law enforcement. Linda's not law enforcement. There's an issue. Call that man, not that man, the police department, or call the building department.
Such a busy man. And,
That's our job. We're all busy. I need you to tell your neighbors you're not the mayor of 38th, that you are a resident, and Pat, that we're going to continue to have this problem. They have to call the people that can do something about it immediately. Pat, you and I have been talking about this same thing for 2 years, and I've been telling you this. This is now the 19th time I've told you this.
they live across
I-
the street from these children.
I know who's,
And she's going, what the? She doesn't say. She says, what is going on? There's children everywhere.
yeah,
They're gonna get
nobody likes kids. Nobody.
happened.
Yeah.
Boy, internet's gonna love you.
I know they're fantastic people. So, but please tell them, call the police department. You don't have to give them your name. You can call anonymously. You can. Or if they call you, you need to say, okay, I'm going to call immediately. I'm going to hang up the phone with you and I'm going to call. We can't do something about it 2 days later. The police cruiser has to drive around the corner and see that kid sitting in the street. As scary as that is, that's what has to happen. Otherwise, it's your word against mine.
Yeah. Today, our fire department, our police department were at the house next door. Their little one is 2 years old. They gave him a candy, a Mentos, to a 2-year-old, and he was choking on it. So they called 911. I had 3 police cars in a heartbeat. The fire department, in an instant, they were all there. They saw the 19 cars parked up there. They saw the dogs running loose. They saw a bunny in the front yard. They saw cats running loose. Did anybody call you? Did anybody call you?
Why would they call me?
Oh, not you. Did anybody call you? Did anybody call you?
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So again, I'm going to rewind to what I first said when you first came in, is that because the phone call you made to me here a couple weeks back, I have these two, the building department and the police department, are working on a resolution, a plan of action, because let's be clear too. These folks that are living in that house, they're also residents. So we try, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. They're human beings. 40% of the population of this community are renters. They pay taxes too. So what we try to do first is work with them to get them to comply. So that's the plan of action that these departments are developing. You're not wrong. They need to have these things corrected. They shouldn't be done, but we do try to work with people to get things flowing through the channels and the avenues they're supposed to. So, but please, Mayor, tell them, call when it's happening. Not, you shouldn't be the go-through. I mean,
Okay, wait. You know what? And this is the thing. Our police department and our fire department, they're the best. They're there in seconds. You never hesitate
Yeah,
ever.
right.
You don't have to be afraid in Newburgh Heights. You don't have to be afraid to get sick in Newburgh Heights because they're right there. That's what makes you so secure. So you hate to bother them with this minimal problem of 19 cars parked like a parking lot in Victoria.
It's the little stuff getting ignored for too long that becomes the issue, because then you ignore it and then your neighbor's ignoring it and then three doors down's ignoring it. And that's, we're not trying to be Gestapo, but at the same time, there's a standard that you're talking about that we want to have the community meet. And we're trying to be helpful. Renters have the same rights as homeowners. We don't say, are you a renter? Oh, well, you don't get this. We don't operate like that. Renter or homeowner, we have to make sure the standard is the same. So with that being said, anything further?
And what do I tell you all the time? Call the police.
Yes.
Call the police. Call the police. Every time we talk.
When it's
call the
happening,
police.
when it's happening, not a week later, or not after you've talked to Councilwoman Gray or me.
Okay, we're gonna aim for call the police every other day.
No,
Never had.
yeah, I won't even know. I won't know. They don't report to me when the phone calls come in.
This-
But
they're calling-
please take that action. Or leave a message at the building department or whatever, but if we can't do something about a lot of this stuff when it's happening, we can't do something about it. This is, and Councilwoman Gersh is right. Thank you. Yes, sir.
If they're having that much problem.
Microphone.
Work time, I've heard about this speeding. Why can't we just put a speed bump down there and eliminate that problem?
Well, because
$10,000.
yeah, they're $10,000. That's
Well,
why.
we gotta do something.
Thank you. We're done. Sorry.
John Fortuna, East 42nd Street resident. Just have a question for the engineer. I've noticed that they're staking out properties on 42nd, labeling them. What work is going to begin on 42nd? Is it water lines happening? I'm just concerned.
Yes, on 42nd, it's the same project as, you're talking around Gamma, around that area.
Well, they're going up and down 42nd and marking properties. It's not just by Gamma.
They,
Between Alpha and Beta on 42nd.
yes, and yeah, they're marking out for the water main replacement on, from Gamma. A small piece on East 42nd is also part of that project.
Okay. Now, is it the water lines going from the street to the houses that they're replacing? Or is it
Both.
both?
Yeah, the main and the services.
Okay, very good. Because I talked to the gentleman that was staking, and he said, he told me at first they were doing all the major storm sewers on 42nd. And then
Well,
that they were doing all of, that's the storm sewers.
that's the Beta project.
Okay.
Is going to have, include some storm sewer work, yes.
Okay, but not on 42nd, because I believe that was done when I moved there in 81. I think they did all of the.
It
storm
does
sewer.
all tie in together.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
That's Beta and 42nd.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
So that's what the big marks in the road are for the Beta project then, is what the engineer.
Mr. Fortuna lives right around the corner from Beta. Any other public comment? Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any objections? Meeting adjourned at 7:59. No, I. Yeah. I don't know anything. I think Gail was